Hi everyone, Keith here. Hey, just wanted to give everybody this update on my arraignment this last Friday. And basically, what it is, when you first go into the arraignment, most often the prosecutor's not even there. You don't have anybody coming forth with a properly verified claim. You don't have a prosecutor there, and so the judge is sitting there, and he's taking full liability over the original charge that was then given permission to representation to the prosecuting attorney, who then is represented by the judge simply by assumption that there is proof that there is a crime and that you have committed that crime. So basically, when I went into court today, that was the case. There was no prosecutor, there was no claimant, and it was just the judge and I and the other people in the courtroom. And when he called me up, and I tried to stop at the defense table and sit there and go through this process, and because I wanted him to speak clearly and loudly, so everybody and myself and that could hear it. And basically what he did was he just motioned me up to the bench. So I went up to the bench, and he turned his monitor so that I could see what he had before him, and he started reading it off, which was, of course, my name in all capital letters, and then the nature and cause of the charges. And he asked if I was the person they were representing, and I said, well, that's the same name, but I spell my name differently. And without giving him the opportunity, I just went right into spelling my name, capital K, lowercase e, lowercase I, and he cut me off and told me to go ahead and have a seat, that we would have to get a recorder in here for me. So I went and sat down, and then he turned around and ran everybody else through their cases and got them out, and so it was just me and him and the recorder now, as well as my witness. So he called me up again, and both times neither did I respond to the name that he pronounced in any way other than to get up and move forward. Now, what I did in that was I accepted that was my name, but I also, which is why he called in for a recorder, I also tried to give him the difference. In other words, show him what their error was. And so then when I got up there, he told me to sit at the defense table this time. I sat down, and again he ran through the name and the nature and cause of the charges and asked me for a plea. And I said, well, first I'd like to let it be known on the record that my name is spelled differently. And then again, without giving any chance, I spelled out my name. And once I was done spelling my name, I let him know that I have never once, my entire life, either spelled my name in all capital letters or signed my name in all capital letters. And at that point, he threatened to issue a warrant for the arrest of Keith Orland Little for not participating in the arraignment. At that point, I turned around to my witness behind me and told them that they would need to go to my place and get my certificate of live birth if they tried to arrest me in court today. Then I turned back around to the person impersonating a judge and told him that not only did he verify by his own presumption that I was there because I was in physical appearance there, and clarified that I did have the same name, but that I also spelled out my name, and that I was there ready with a written, signed, and dated plea of guilt. And then again, he threatened to put a warrant out for my arrest for not participating. And I said, so then, if you put out an arrest for Keith Orland Little, I'm free to go. And his basic and most simple response that he could give, and he did it so eloquently, yes, you're free to go. Now understand, people, you can't presume jurisdiction unless the person you're presuming jurisdiction over is willing to give it. So be careful of what you're telling these people. Understand, you are not a piece of paper. You are a living flesh and blood. And that piece of paper has always been titled with capital letters, and you have always been titled with a case-sensitive, proper spelling of the name of your birthright and the two names you were given. That is totally different than a fictitious corporate name spelled in all capital letters. It's fraud. Period. Stand up against it. It's simple. It's easy. It takes a lot of heart, but that heart comes from the knowledge. Mankind's most powerful weapon is and always will be his own mind. God bless you all. I love you. Have a good night.